The following is a public service message from Pathological Liars Anonymous.
If they came to peace talks today, the impact and all the dirty talk amongst all the nations affects the economy. That's called the political polarization of global uncertainty.
The situation going on between Russia and the United States, and also there's been talk about bringing the draft back.
If they bring the draft back, I'm going to pull a Muhammad Ali. I'm not fighting in the white man's war for the white man to steal my ancestors' resources from the grounds of Africa, and I'll be damned if I help one white man beat up another white man.
They're trying to get on the train to get up out of there. They're letting the white people get out of there, but they're not letting the black folks get out of there. And they're not letting a lot of black folks go to Poland because people are trying to escape because of the war going on.
The price of living is going to be way too expensive for people globally.
So if white people want to fight white people, that's their business. We got to learn to mind our African business. Russia in America is not my concern unless the situation spills over onto African soil. And then
stop showing them commercials with little children with their stomachs out with flies on them.
Yeah, feed a kid for $1.
I mean, come on, man. Y'all don't knock this 2020.
We got to stop.
Bro, the technology, I mean, come on. So I had to say that because people really be tripping. But
right now, Russia has invaded the Ukraine. So a lot of people are trying to get over to Poland. They're not letting the black folks over there, though. The Ukraine is acting funny with the black people there. All right? And this is the kicker. Biden and his administration, they're already trying to paper them up.
I mean, bro, when you're talking about money and economics, that is the most powerful move that could have ever been done on the planet. Because then they would bankrupt the European pound, they would bankrupt the American dollar, they would bankrupt the Chinese yuan, they'd bankrupt every other
ancestors' resources from the grounds of Africa, and I'll be damned if I help one white man beat up another white man. I'm not into that. So if white people want to fight white people, that's their business. We got to learn to mind our African
They're going to print more money than it is productivity. Hyperinflation. They're going to give you less food for more money. Food inflation. There ain't enough loans they can give out in the world. We talking about a global financial collapse. But the paradox and the oxymoron is make your money as soon as possible so you have an exit strategy.
There was free health care. There was free education. When you got married, he would give the family anywhere between $5,000 to $25,000 for getting married. If you wanted to till land and grow your own food, they would give you a tractor, give you seeds, and give you a certain plot of land for you to grow your own food. If you wanted to go to school in a foreign nation or to another country, go abroad, Libya would sponsor that. They would pay for your room and board. They would pay for the tuition in whatever country you went to. All of these things, America ain't
the capitalist white man and the communist white man are both white supremacists. It don't make a difference what side of the fence you on. So I'm not concerned about white conflicts only when those white conflicts begin to affect African life.
Food inflation. There ain't enough loans they can give out in the world. We talking about a global financial collapse. But the paradox and the oxymoron is make your money as soon as possible so you have an exit strategy. Well, it's the leave
They're already trying to get paper for them. I done told people that they're going to have those Ukrainian refugees coming over here with that same anti-black racism.
We're not going to put crack pipes in the hood, but we're going to put safe smoking kits. So we're going to give them Vaseline, some wet wipes to clean up. What else did they say? Now they saying they're not going to put crack pipes out, but they definitely intended to put the crack pipes out there, which I think is so hypocritical because Joe Biden wrote the legislation that brought forth mandatory minimum sentence in 1994 with the Bill Clinton crime bill. You know, so how do you create a law that criminalizes crack and then you come back 20, 30 years later, and now you want to give them pipes to smoke the crack that you said was illegal. So as far as I'm concerned, any black person who get locked up smoking Joe Biden's crack, Joe Biden should be listed as an accomplice to the crime, and he should be hauled into prison too.
Because you have all these little splinter groups, and let me say something. Splinter groups, y'all are all, except for Umar Johnson, who is Pan-Africanist, and we'll get to this in a second. Y'all are all the little wayward children of ADOS. That's all you are. That's all you ever will be, is little wayward children. You are nothing. You did not create yourself.
FBI, don't call me. I already get visits from them. No, but we're talking about just defending yourself, because now you got all these crazy groups just launching these guerrilla warfare attacks on us. So we need to be in a position where we can at least defend ourselves. We have a right to do that.
They said the FBI visits you?
Oh, all the time. Oh, yeah.
What do you mean visit?
Really?
Visit. Come to my house.
Hey, what's up,
Ask me, am I
Tony?
part of any subversive groups? Say,
Ooh, to hear my words come out of a pimp's mouth. Kumbaya, Paul. Somebody told me, you used his words. You used it. No, he used mine. Check your time.
Free healthcare? Free. No, and I'm not saying that free horrible. I mean, free good healthcare. Before Colonel Muammar Gaddafi took over the leadership of Libya, it was the poorest country. After he took over the leadership and started to work on it, it became the most wealthy country in Africa, had zero debt. It owed no one. The IMF, it didn't owe any other foreign countries, European countries. No, they were free of debt, debt-free. See, that right there, that lets me know, no wonder they attacked him, called him a dictator. You know, so he's a horrible this and horrible that. But wait a minute, he's doing for his people what America claims she's doing for hers. You're not doing any of this. You're not even doing a 30th of what they're doing. So it's like, how can you be so hypocritical to even try to open your mouth and talk about a leader over there who's actually giving his people these different things that you say you're giving yours? Nah, that's not how it goes.
Funding for the Ukraine conflict, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, the Ukrainians are coming. Boy, they got that money. Boy, they get that money for other groups. You don't even have to be a citizen. Boy, when it comes to us, oh, man.
Now they saying they're not going to put crack pipes out, but they definitely intended to put the crack pipes out there, which I think is so hypocritical.
Well, is to have enough resources, because this shit is going to be the purge coupled with Grand Theft Auto. We seeing it right now in people. They just keep these award shows and sports going on to have you manipulated and distracted from seeing what's really going on.
If voting could change anything, there's no need for revolution. Why was there World War I? Because obviously voting don't work all the time. Why was there World War II? Why was there African revolutions? Why was there a civil war in this country? Because you cannot vote.
Everybody should be studying as hard as possible for the right type of investments. So as long as you survive the aftermath of all of this, you'll be wealthy.
I would never say throw away the vote, but don't make it the be all end all. It's a strategy, but it's one of many.
And most immediately, what you need right now as far as assets and resources. Everybody should be studying, investing, or getting access to money right now so they can put it somewhere where they need it to protect you and your family. Because when the opportunities to make money is no longer available and everything costs too much damn money, what are you going to do then?
Money controls the vote. Let me tell you how things
Russia for what? Why would a black man fighting to liberate his people from psychological enslavement, why would I want to talk about Russia for? Does Russia talk about Africa's problems? Does America talk about black people's problems? I'm not loyal to my former slave master
Now they
brothers.
don't wait for election day. They show up with a briefcase full of money. They say, Judge, we need that law switch. Pickle $500,000. Just like that, the law changed.
Because this shit is going to be the purge coupled with Grand Theft Auto. We seeing it right now in people. They just keep these award shows and sports going on to have you manipulated and distracted from seeing what's really going on.
The politician is scared to go up against the union. But also, number two, unions have a lot of money to finance campaigns. And they have thousands of votes to get people elected.
Because they're scared of the white power structure. They're scared of the LGBT. They're scared of the rainbows. They're scared of the Latin. They're scared of the feminist movement. Because they're scared of the white power structure.
Does Russia talk about Africa's problems? Does America talk about black people's
What you going to do then? The best time to plan for war is during the time of peace. Peace is damn near over. Make your bread. That's why I created the opportunity.
Did you vote? Are you registered? Silly ass hat on here, even if it's out.
Spend $2,000 to get access to anywhere between 100K to 300K. Inside of 45 to 60 business days. Doesn't matter if you think you have good credit either. Because people with good credit still can't get a black card, still can't get a $200,000 loan, a $150,000 loan. Why? Because somebody with good credit, as an example, they may pay their mortgage or their rent They may pay their rent, they may pay their phone bill, they may pay their light, they may pay their gas, and never be late. They credit $750 for that. But why should someone trust you with $200,000 if all you do is pay your mandatory bills? You need your phone, you need your rent. Okay, fine, you got a little car note, but that's called a slim file. You haven't done enough. You haven't engaged in enough debt to loan you enough credibility for you to get access to a significant sum of money.
Pathological Liars Anonymous. We care, and that's the truth.